Welcome back to Doing Business Gently. As I record this, it is a dark and stormy night. It is one of those Winnie the Pooh and the blustery day kind of days, and I'm settling in to talk about the pressure that we feel to get our businesses planned out and start the year out strong on January 1st. We're going to debunk this myth about having everything figured out by January 1st. I don't think that's how you do business gently or differently. If this sounds like, yeah, this is for me, I'm tired of rushing into the new year, then this episode is for you. Welcome to Doing Business Gently. I'm your host, Marta Gertzen. Here on the podcast, the goal is to create a safe place for us to talk about creating a gentle life-business integration. And we approach this idea by creating a life-first business, one that's designed to fit you, your values, priorities, personality, and the current season of life you're in. We also talk about how to find business clarity, when is it time to pivot, and the importance of alignment. We also look at how faith and business can work together and about doing all of this from a habit and a place of rest. So join me today as we debunk the myth about the need to have everything figured out for the new year by January 1st. If you are on social media, if you follow a lot of people that land in your inbox, if you are on Pinterest, you are seeing at this point message after message of finish the year out strong. Here is your planning process for January 1st. Make sure you have all your goals in place. Set your SMART goals. Look ahead into 2026 for your business plans and set all these grand plans. I get it, but yeah, that's not for me. It's too loud, it's too busy, and it's coming on the heels. And actually, it's not even coming on the heels. It's coming in the midst of the holidays. Christmas is right around the corner. It's next week. I'm still working on finalizing my menu plan, making sure I know who's coming over. Do I have the gifts covered? I'm not even thinking the majority of the time about 2026 and where my business is going to be at. I am looking at enjoying the holidays. I am moving slowly in this holiday season. I am not doing everything that I normally do. I'm not even baking and cooking all the things that I normally do this time of year. I want to enjoy the holidays, and I'm focusing on the things that are important. And yes, the business is important, but so is family. And when we're looking at a life-business integration, where life first, I am not willing to squeeze out family time and enjoying the holidays just to make sure that I'm quote unquote finishing the year out strong. For me this year, to be totally honest, I am just thrilled that I'm ending the year standing up with my marbles all collected and my sanity in place. If this sounds like you too, welcome to the club. This is your permission slip to do business differently and absolutely do business gently. Because if you already feel behind, that you don't have your goals set, you don't have your plan set, you don't know what's going on in 2026 from January to December, this is for you. And this is for me too, because I do feel that pressure. I hear the coaches talking about all the things that you need to do to prepare for 2026 and to start the year out strong. But here's the thing. When we are bowing to that pressure, one, we're squeezing out the joy of the holiday season. We're squeezing out the time with our family, especially in allowing us to be present with them and be enjoying the season. And when we feel that pressure, then all of a sudden we either in the middle of the holiday season or December 26th, all of a sudden we're moving from relaxing family mode to hustle into business mode. And that does not serve any of us well, especially if you're like me and you've got some caregiving responsibilities. Maybe you've got some health issues. You still have to run a business. And that pressure, it pushes us a lot of times to try to keep going and doing rather than just being in our life, in our business. So first we finish strong. We get through the holidays and make sure everything is perfect as it can be, which, it never is. And then we're encouraged to finish strong. So we're still going for our goals, which I agree with, but I don't think we have to have it be all end all. And then you get to January 1st and you have this ad hoc plan of what you think the year should be. and you start working on it. But just like a lot of New Year's resolutions, we collapse. We forget our plans. We get caught up in putting out fires over here and over there. And all of a sudden, this plan that looks so beautiful on paper no longer works, and we can't remember what was on it. There is a cost to toxic hustle. There is a cost to doing business that is not in alignment with who we are, the current season of life we're in, and where our energy is at. It can cost us even more energy. It can cost us clarity. It can cost us discernment because we're not taking the time to slow down and go through the planning and the visioneering process of why we are in business and what our goals are for the coming year. Just because all the noise that is coming at us is telling us to finish that year out strong and make your plans, set your goals, and go for it and dream big, doesn't mean it's the best fit for everyone. And it is definitely not the best fit for women like us. Years ago, I've heard this quote from entrepreneur Laura Casey. She said, "There's nothing special about January 1st. And when I first heard that, it was like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. And it started something in me. It started to change how I thought about goal setting and business planning and the date January 1st. It reduced the expectations I was putting on myself that I have to have everything planned. If I don't have my word of the year and I don't have 50 million goals set by January 1st, I am behind. And when I heard her say that, I loved that idea. And it just released a lot of the pressure I was putting on myself and I was allowing to be put on myself from the noise coming at me. You get to choose the start date of when you want to start planning for your business. You get to choose how many goals to set. Planning for your business should be enjoyable. It should be exciting and motivating. It also needs to fit your season. What season of life are you in? What is your energy level, your capacity? Capacity is something that I've been studying a lot and trying to figure out what is my capacity this year and what is it going to look like in the new year. Because planning from rest, not toxic hustle, not that long list of shoulds that everybody keeps telling you about, is a plan that lasts. I want to say that again. Planning from rest creates a plan that lasts. So when you are feeling the pressure to use everybody's templates out there or set goals the way they set goals, and you are rushing into the process, you're not starting from a place of rest. You're not setting a plan and a goal that is in alignment with you. You're not setting goals that are connected to you. You're not setting goals that you go, yes, that's it. This is just something that you feel you have to do rather than something that you want to do. But when you can slow down and realize that you do not have to rush into this, that you can take your time, you are doing goal setting and business planning from a gentle perspective. You're starting the year out on a gentle note, and you're not rushing the process. There's 4 pillars that I talk about quite a bit when it comes to designing and developing a gentle business, and that is to pause, reflect, create, and grow. And pause because it all starts with rest. You're planning, getting ready for a new work week, starting a new project, launching a new product to your clients. Starting anything in your business, I truly believe, has to start from a place from rest for women like us who have a lot on our plate. And honestly, we've been in business long enough. We've been in life long enough. We're ready to do things differently. We no longer want to just jump in there blindly and go into that toxic hustle mode and unhealthy productivity. We are ready to start the year on a note that is gentle, intentional, with clarity, and it's allowing us to create goals and set intentions for the year that we are truly connected with, that we believe in. And you can't do that when you're going through a rushed toxic hustle season. You can only do that when you approach business planning and visioneering and dreaming about your business from a gentle perspective. When I had that aha moment that I didn't have to do my business planning and my year-end review and my goal setting for the new year And I didn't have to have it done by January 1st. If I didn't have my word of the year picked out, that I wasn't behind. I was ready to do business differently. And by doing business differently, I was doing business gently and starting the year off on a gentle note. And through that came the practice I started years ago that I started calling January Planuary. I got tired of the pressure of getting through December and having everything figured out. I got to the point where it was just unrealistic and it was unhealthy for me to try to get it done by January 1st. And I got tired of the pressure. So the last few years, I take the month of January to slowly go through the review process of how the year went. Really take the time to reflect and get clear on what worked, what didn't. How did the podcast do? How did my emails do? How did my sales do? What are some of the things that supported those sales? What are some of the things that supported the podcast? What helped me get out in front of people in a way that was exciting? What are some of the ways that were just terrible? What are the ways that tore me down rather than supported me? What are some of the habits that helped me feel better about how I felt showing up in the different mediums that I show up in? What are some of the ways that drained me and I ended up dreading it and sometimes hating a product or a service or a marketing avenue that just didn't work? And I can't do that between December 26th and January 1st. I am a planner, but I am also a reflector. I want to understand things a little bit better. I want to take my time to understand it, because when I can understand it and connect with it, that means I'm going to do much better the next time. So this is an invitation I would like to extend to you to join me this January for January Planuary. It is a 4-week gentle planning experience for Christian women entrepreneurs who are completely done with the pressure of trying to have it all figured out by January 1st. It's a peaceful, gentle planning experience designed to help you start your year off with clarity and confidence and alignment with your energy, your season, your health, without the pressure to rush through the process. Because it all starts with rest. And I think your best year for your business starts with rest. It starts with you coming into the new year from a restful, gentle perspective, not a rushed, harried experience. And I want you to think about this. You are not behind if you don't have everything figured out by January 1st. You are not behind if you don't have your perfect word of the year figured out by January 5th. You are not behind if you do not have a complete January to December plan figured out by January 15th or even January 30th. You are not behind. No matter what the noise that's coming at you telling you that you are not behind. So I would like to invite you to join me in January Planuary. And it is a 4-week live retreat-style planning experience designed for women like us who are tired of rushing into the new year feeling harried instead of rested. And we begin on January 5th, and that is on purpose because, again, there's nothing special about January 1st. This is an opportunity to slow down, start from a place of rest, and walk through a simple rhythm of pausing, reflecting, creating the plan that we need, and looking at growth from a gentle perspective. The goal is that you lead the 4-week experience with some clarity and grounded in a plan for at least the next 90 days. If you would like to learn more, if you'd like to join me, that's at silastudios.co/January Planuary, and the link will be in the show notes below. If you're ready to do business gently, even if January Planuary is not the best fit for you, I want you to remember this. You are allowed to start the year slowly and on a gentle note. You are allowed to plan at your pace and creating the space you need to plan. And probably most importantly of all, you are not behind because a date is just a date on a calendar. You get to decide when is your start date. You get to decide when your end date is. You are not behind. So no matter if you join me for January Planuary or not, I want you to remember that. Start slowly, start gently, plan at your pace, create the space you need to plan, and remember, you are not behind.